We're doing a bit of Groove Armada here. So actually, what the topic is the journey of our spirits. My, my tired. So this is actually about education. So here's the thing. Many of the folk in the world, they've forgotten that there's a thing called freedom. And that thing called freedom has something to do with our spirit. And Steiner spoke about this a lot. He was around in like the 1900s. And what he also did was he brought back farming, uh, ancient farming, actually, he brought back Steiner. And I'm really, really glad to say that there are lots of people out there. And also, I mean, you folk over in America, I've got a lot of family in America. So people go, yeah, America's this and it's that and it's the other, and they're warmongers. Well, that's not actually the people. It is the system. And the system, as many of us know, are lots of people that get together and go, well, you know, they're not really doing what we want them to do. So we better do this and that and freaking kill off a load of folk and blah de blah and all that kind of crap. So I had to, like, I'm venting, by the way. I have to vent because I'm getting bored with this crap. How can people not see what's going on? So if you can't see what's going on, you've kind of lost the plot, you know? I mean, there's lots of really beautiful things that we've got in our world, and there's so many MNFers, whatever you want to call them. There's these folk that are not true, and they mess about with us, and they're going, well, you know what, we're going to do this to your life. And we're going to mess about with you and F up your head. So I'm a little woman. I'm a really little woman. And I'm starting to get to the point where I really don't give an F what anybody thinks of me because it gets kind of boring. So there's a funny little thing that we say over here in Britain. Britain. So it's like, or the narrow land, the England, the narrow land. And it is, this is what we say, especially if you're a woman. I am the chairwoman of the board. Because, when things are just ridiculous and you look all around you and there's all these people and they're doing crazy shit. And I mean, really crazy shit, man. And, but then you look at your life, and I've had really, really crazy shit. The last few years of my life have been really totally effed up. I'm not going to hold back, by the way, folks. And it don't matter what you think of the next person. So this is all we're using language that we don't even comprehend. And I love talking to myself. And the reason I love talking to myself is I know what the answer is going to be. And the reason is when you realize you've been around for like a very long time, I'm nothing special, but it doesn't mean that I don't realize that I'm ancient. We're all ancient. And I want to talk about a few people here as well. By the way, I'm building a huge, massive spliff right now. YouTube and any of you bastards out there. Because you know what? The things that you've done to me in my life have been kind of crappy. But I'm still here. It's kind of bizarre that I'm still here. Find it fascinating. Um, they kill off my family in the weirdest ways and all my animal friends as well, or as ill. So, when you remember your spirit and the journey it has taken, and then you come to this place, when I say this place, I mean this experience of this place, because we've all done this many, many times before. I'm not alone here. I think many of you remember your journey, or you are remembering your journey. This is what this is about. Remember your journey. It is so important. When they're breaking you down, they're trying to break your spirit down and disconnect you from everything that is pure and natural. Right? This is why I keep going on about Rudolf Steiner. And when you go and you can feed yourself from the land without reading any books, and you just connect to nature, which is what we are. We are nature. Now, I keep going back to Rudolf Steiner, and the reason I go back to Rudolf Steiner is because he has taught me that everything that we can create is because we are aspects of nature. It's fine. If you don't want to observe that, that's fine. You want to go and do the plastic lights of every weird celebration that has got nothing to do with the reality. That's fine. Absolutely. And you should. I mean, you should really go through that plastic experience because, right, so because everybody's going on about Christmas. Here's the thing: the experience of Christmas that I had as a child, which was like over 53 years ago, okay, which seems like a really long time. It is not a long time. Our spirit is eternal. So when you look at these celebrations of stuff, celebrate the stuff, go shop, shop, shop. Well, Christmas for me was something entirely different. And it was very Germanic. There were no plastic trees. There were only candles burning on the tree. The tree didn't burn down, by the way. And we used to sit as children's, and we would make straw stars with different coloured threads, normally red, because, it's like the skin and the blood, and because, this is all to do with realizing that we came from something way greater. And I used to play under the Christmas tree as a small girl. So when people go and go, well, I don't like children. Well, why don't you like children? Because you were a children at one point. You were a little tiny baby, helpless, popped out of your mama's parts, that channel, the birthing canal. There's some profundities here, and realize you are a spirit having a physical experience. Remember that, my dwellings. May I say, buenos dias, buenas noches, buen tarde, because you're all really tardy.